everybody, welcome back to Suburbs of Seattle. I'm your host, Andrey Gulyy, working from home today. Yes, as you can see, that's my AC, because it has been hot here for one day. That's about it. And we dragged in the air conditioners, and we thought summer is starting, but lo and behold, Seattle lives up to its standard of gloomy weather. Although, hey, today wasn't too bad. It was fairly good weather up until about an hour ago, then it got pretty cloudy. But we are expecting some sunshine soon, I believe. You know, it's pretty funny. I recently saw a statistic. Don't know how true it is, I'll admit. But it was pretty funny. It was like back in 2019 or 2018, by May 31st, we saw like 140 days above 70 degrees Fahrenheit. And in 2022, we had 5 days above 70 or 74 degrees Fahrenheit. Pretty funny. But it should get warm soon, I think. Last August, we were at like 115 degrees, 110, 115. Pretty steady too. It was hot outside, and you know, still working, still doing showings. Thank God for air conditioner. That's why I dragged this thing in here. Anyways, let's get on with some real estate stuff, right? Today I'm going to talk to you guys about is a little town called SeaTac. We have SeaTac the airport, and SeaTac the airport is in the city of SeaTac, which was, yes, named after the airport, which is the Seattle-Tacoma airport, right? The two major cities here, Seattle and Tacoma. Anyways, so I was out and about in SeaTac this week. We wrote an offer on a house with some clients there today. We checked out the house yesterday. And guess what, people? We are lowballing the listing agent. I mean, the house is $600,000. I'll show you a picture here somewhere. The house is $600,000. And we are writing an offer for $400,000. It was on the market, I think, 20, 30 days, something like that. But we're lowballing them because they have no offers, and we're just coming in and cutting them at the legs. Yes, people, the agent who is not scared of writing lower offers. So, and the market is changing. That's kind of what I briefly want to talk to you about. You know, for instance, in the city of Seattle itself, not SeaTac, Seattle, which is just north of SeaTac, we had 264 homes hit the market in the last 7 days, and 97 homes dropped prices. Yeah, that's some cool data for you. In the city of SeaTac, only 7 homes hit the market in the last 7 days and 2 dropped prices. But SeaTac itself is a fairly small city. We're talking 10 square miles, 10.24. I think, according to Google, whereas the city of Seattle is, I believe, 144 square miles, right? So huge difference. I mean, we're talking, what, 10 times, right? 10 times the difference. But SeaTac, you could see homes there flipped. Usually in SeaTac, the type of homes that you see are homes that were built in the, you know, mid-century homes, 50s. This one, I believe, was a 58, the one we're writing an offer on. So homes in the 50s, 60s, that's kind of when most of the city was built. I believe it was incorporated in 44, but, you know, homes existed there before then as well. But most of the homes, yes, to shorten things up, are mid-century homes there. And a lot of them are still in original condition. You are getting some of the homes now that are getting remodeled or torn down, and a few new ones being put up. But for the most part, SeaTac itself is still made up of just a bunch of old mid-century homes, and many of them in original condition. That's kind of what you can expect in SeaTac. What I personally like about SeaTac is for a fairly cheap price, well, cheap being 500, 600,000, you know, for a decent home, not the one we're writing an offer on, but in general, for a flipped house, you can pick up, you know, a flipped, remodeled home for about 600,000. And what's nice is SeaTac sits on a hill, and it overlooks the valley where you have the shopping mall area and a few other things we'll be discussing later in the video. So SeaTac, for relatively cheap, $600,000, you can get views of the valley, which is really cool. A lot of SeaTac is made up of roads where when you're driving, you just see, you know, views of the valley, which is awesome. Love it. I love it for that reason. Crime there, everything else is, you know, similar to anywhere in a, you know, near a big city. You're still going to have some crime. You're still going to have some homelessness, although not as much homelessness in SeaTac specifically. It's a fairly small city, like I said, and you'll find more homelessness outside of there, more like I said, in the city of Seattle, which is known for that. But SeaTac, like I was saying, it overlooks the valley, and there's a mall, South Center Mall, is located here, literally 7-8 minute drive away from SeaTac. You just go downhill and bam, you have hundreds, I'm talking hundreds of stores. And besides the mall, you have the whole strip for like 3-4 miles where you just have stores left and right, restaurants. You have your Best Buys, you have your seafood restaurants, Red Robin's, you have a theater, you have a bunch of furniture stores. I mean, of course, my wife's favorite, which is Home Goods. My gosh, home good freak. Yes, I'm married to one. She visits that place all the time. There's a lot of home furniture and home goods types of stores around the area. And like I said, quite a few restaurants. South Center Mall is super busy. It's where everybody goes throughout the day to grab lunch. People who live around the area, there are a ton of places over there. On the weekends, we are packed. When it comes to holidays, like any other mall, we are packed. It's very close to all the major freeways. SeaTac itself, you have 405, I-5, 167. You know, it's not a bad place to live. Like I said, you do have some new construction homes popping up here and there, but it's not any big builders. It's usually, you know, small-time builders that tear down a house, put up a new one, and, you know, off you go. Otherwise, if you can't get a new construction home, you're going to be picking up something, like I said, mid-centuries, built in the 50s, possibly remodeled. I think a year and a half or so ago, I helped my uncle buy a flip there, bought it for $330, sold it for $575, you know, made a good profit on it. And the prices since then, they have gone up, but like I said, you know, you can still pick up something decent for around $600,000 or so. That's kind of what you should be looking at. But anyways, kind of wanted to share with you guys a little bit about SeaTac. It's a place I've never talked with you guys about before. A lot of, I know I've noticed a lot of people getting into Airbnbs recently. And if you're looking for a rental, SeaTac is a good place for a rental, in my opinion. Not financial advice, but it is a good place for a rental, in my opinion. Close to the airport, you have your traveling nurses, you have your traveling pilots and stewardesses that might bunk for a night or two and, you know, fly out the next day. It's definitely in the middle of the whole hustle and bustle of the airport. So that will provide a lot of traffic for your rental if you're looking to get into the short-term rental game. And if you are, as always, I am a real estate agent here in the area. If you're looking to buy a home, sell a home, whatever it is you want to do, hit me up at the number below. I would be honored to help you guys out. Thanks so much, and I'll see you in the next video.